Hey y'all, Chris here, aka Rufotris. And so, in the beginning of this year, I'm getting ready to go to Herkimer, and I checked my boots, and there was a little bit of pebbles inside of them, and upon looking a little bit closer, there was actually a Herkimer left over in my boots from my last trip, so that was kind of funny, and looking at that here. Anyway, gonna get going and driving up to Herkimer, and then just mostly dig all day, and I'm not gonna film near as much as I did last time. I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna dig like crazy, and then bring y'all back, and we'll look at what I brought home. All right, y'all, I made it. I am at Mohawk Valley Mineral Mining for dig part 2. We came back here at the 4th of July dig with Brian, you know, the crystal collector. We're back, and it's packed today. There are a lot more people today than last time. Anyway, I'm gonna get all my stuff ready and get down there and just get right into digging. No more delays. Okay, I didn't want to waste a minute. I got right up here. I found a spot. I got poking in the wall, and I just loosened this from the wall. Well, there's some Herkimer there. It's not a pocket. There's some mud in there. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put you on the tripod and I'm gonna poke around here for a minute. See if we find something. All right. Grab myself a little bottle if we find any nice little pieces. That's some calcite. Oh, that's a big chunk of calcite through the rock. Let me grab my hammer. Bigger hammer, I got 2. Okay, anyway, I busted that up for a minute. There was nothing exciting in it. Just a little piece of calcite, which is apparently what we see here. There's some more talc type stuff, but that right there is a chunk of calcite. I was hoping it was a Herkimer. Oh, this side seems to actually have a Herkimer in it, possibly. Herkimer in the calcite. And we'll keep that in the bucket. Seems like it might be hollow. Just kidding. Okay, so this spot's a little wet. Working with some mud here. I don't think I'm going to find a pocket. Not here. I'm not even finding little Herkimers here or druzy bits or anything. So, thanks for cutting out again, camera. Anyway, I started scouting around. Found a dry spot under that tree we're going to move to. Tons of druzy. Just tons and tons of little gemmy Herkimers and druzy. All of that spot. So, grabbing the rest of my stuff. I'll see you over there. All right, first little update. So I moved down here and was up there. And right on the surface, got this guy. Look at that one in the matrix. That's got to be 5+ grams. A few cool chunks of calcite here as well. Yeah, we're going to keep looking around. That's a good druzy here. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. A little Herc in there. It's a little heavy. Let me set that down. Nice, perfect Herc in that druzy. So I can pop that one out. Get you on the tripod, and I'm going to start digging in some of the dirt down there and looking for some surface finds. We'll come back for some druzy later, but they said they want to have us avoid working under these trees today. It's been raining, just the risk of it falling. They've had a couple come down, so there's one right there that came down. So yeah, I'm going to move away from this tree and set you up on the tripod. Hi, from the future. So to clarify, it was between those last two clips that the guy came over and told me, because I was like, hey, let's move to under that tree. I moved over there, got all set up, and then one of the miner guys who works there, one of the miners came over and told me, he's like, hey, yeah, we've had some trees falling. And speaking of which, look out for that later in the episode, because we will actually see a tree come down. A little chunk of Jersey right here, and I just pulled that nice little one out. Holy cow. All right, so I found a spot. Now I'm officially gonna get you set up on the tripod. So right here I'm double checking this pile. It was stuff I'd already classified, but I wanted to be sure that I didn't miss any more awesome pieces like that one we just saw. So I'm gonna go through all this a second time here, I'm gonna classify more of it, and then we're gonna get into that crevice that you can see right there that someone else left. Alrighty, so there's a handful of parts here that I do have to voice over because I was mining next to some other people and they started chatting amongst themselves and with me sometimes, so that will happen periodically throughout this. Alrighty, I know it's just oodles of fun watching me sit here and classify this, so let's go ahead and jump over to the hard rock mining now. I did find this spot and it, had a lot of this loose stuff all over here. Right there I thought I saw a crystal face, and so I jumped into that spot and it ended up being a small fragment and then a big chunk of calcite. However, I did notice while digging through all this here that there was mostly loose rock and loose dirt that someone had filled back in a hole right here trying to hide something. As you can see, that's what I'm digging into right there, is a backfilled hole. People don't backfill their holes at this location. If they do, it's because they're hiding something. This location wasn't marked off, it wasn't claimed, I was the first one there that day, and no one showed up throughout the day to try and claim it. But just wait till you see what comes out of this area. I'm going insane. I have no idea what happened to the clip that belongs right here. It's just gone. Poof. Me being a klutz, I dropped my classifier down the hill, but when I went to pick it up, I found a couple big chunks of calcite. Look at this one. It's got a naturally faceted face on it there. And this one, most of that is calcite. That is a huge chunk of calcite. Gave it a couple taps with the hammer there, just to show you. Big old hunk of calcite. All right, I'll keep this one. I'm not gonna keep that. Keep this one. Focus for me there, thank you. Okay. I wish. I'm gonna open this hole up and bring y'all back in when I find another one. All right, so I stopped looking down there. I started looking up here. I noticed people had punched a few holes right here, and I went over. I saw this big one. I started getting under it, and this one just popped out. But look at that one. That's huge. So we're gonna get in here. Oh, I just knocked another little one down. Okay, we're gonna get working on this seam right here. Get you all on the tripod now. Okay, before I get all into here, I'm gonna look more on the ground because here's another one. Just right on the ground, right under this. So, wow, 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 wow. Some more little points down in here. Oh, a little UFO popped out of there. Look at that one. All right, nearly there. Removed a bunch of rock here, getting down in here and here. All right, I'll get that out. But then, check this out. Over here, you can't quite see it because it's dark. Let's grab a flashlight. Another one. Lots of work. All right, so it's bigger than I thought. I thought it was just that and this little piece. This little chunk just popped right out, and now we've got more in there. Look at this. Be cool if it attaches all the way through and it's just like a cluster of like 8 of them going all the way through there. I had no idea how right I actually was. Sweet. All right, so we're still getting up in here. The other one just fell out. A little yucky on the back, but it's still beautiful. So I'm gonna get up in here and get this other one right here. Maybe put some music on for y'all to listen to and watch while I get at it. Before anyone comes at me with like, don't hit towards the crystal, it was already broken into pieces. Once I'd exposed it, I could see the like 3 large fractures, and it was already broken at that point. I avoided hitting towards it as much as possible, and you can see that I chip away. Wow, this cluster that's left is very interesting. It's crazy how it's like locked in the calcite like that. So here's a little time lapse. This was about 5 minutes of me poking around at the calcite with my screwdriver. I'm just lightly poking at the calcite around the crystal because these entire chunks that I pulled out were completely housed in a thin layer of calcite. So everything you see falling off right there is just calcite, not quartz. Don't worry, I was actually very delicate, though this sped up makes it look like I'm just kind of taking chunks out.
I saw it on the camera. Very nice.
Now that we're halfway through the video, I want to take this moment to say welcome to all those who are new to my channel, and if you are returning, welcome back. And if you're all not aware, I run a Discord channel with Geode Cracker and Collector, so go jump in our Discord and give Tyler a follow. Both will be linked within the description. Oh, there they are! Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh.
Wow. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Nice.
I'm going to be doing a poll both in the comments and on the community page. I want to know if people think that this whole cluster should be glued back together or not. Let me know what you think. And there's definitely more in this hole. I'm about to pull some more out and stuff. I have it muted here and doing a voiceover because I started chatting with the people there after finding those, and we started talking about all sorts of random things. But yeah, wait till you see what else is still in this hole. But that's going to have to be in part 2 when we get further into that little crevice. For the end of this one, though, let's take a look at some of these back here at the house. Here's a whole bunch of the little gemmy ones that I gathered. Some of them not so little. Definitely beautiful, though. And there's a bunch of fragments as well as some good little crystals. There's the one we saw earlier in this video. That one is gorgeous. But here's that cluster I just pulled out, and there's actually some more that you'll see in the next part of the video. But let me show you something about this cluster. Alright, so first off, that cluster that I pulled out, this is the first little fragment that we saw come off. That thing is gorgeous, and you can see the key marks there where the other stones fit into it. And you see that pattern there, that's where another crystal grew together with that one, and they call them key marks. Or keys, or something along those lines. Alright, I was kind of playing with those for just a minute, but let me show you what I was talking about, and what I want to have y'all take a little poll on here is whether or not I should glue all the pieces back together. Because indeed, a handful of these fit together like a nice little puzzle. So that's just a part of it. Now, oops, we'll have to pop that one back on. These two. My camera's kind of being a pain today. I don't know what's going on. Some shards missing out of there, but they might be in my pile here. Ooh. So there, put back together, you can see that made one much larger crystal cluster. So when I pulled it out of the ground, it was up in there like this, and this was up in the back and I couldn't see it, and we were seeing the underside of this mostly, so I thought it was a pretty nasty crystal, and then all that is what was actually beautiful and hidden on the backside. So I'm thinking whoever originally uncovered that hole has some of the bottom pieces of this. That is, whatever is not this. I've still got to play with this one and figure out exactly where this piece fits on. And I'm pretty sure it goes right on this cluster somewhere here. Anyway, we'll take a much closer look at these in the next video and the one after that. But look forward to seeing these in my future live sales. But first, we got to debate whether or not this cluster is getting glued back together. Lots of the small stuff is going to be available as immediately as tonight, actually. I may go live and have a couple sales this weekend. Hope to see some of you there. And thanks for joining me on this adventure. We'll go out looking at just some pretty shots of these Herkimers. I left there, and look at that. That thing is huge. Oh, wow. That tree was coming down while people were digging, so trying to pull it.